Baseball fans from all over are pouring into Pittsburgh and PNC Park to see a big one tonight. A full house is expected as the Boston Red Sox come to town to take on your Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everybody. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. It's not exactly 1903, Steve, where the Pirates beat the Boston Americans in the first World Series, but the Red Sox are here, and it comes on the heels of a series victory over the Orioles.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be an exciting weekend. It was fun against the Orioles. The Pirates take 2 out of 3, but a bigger test. This Boston Red Sox team is a powerhouse. They pound the ball. John Lester on the mound tonight. It is going to be a test.
Pirates need Andrew McCutchen to stay hot. He's been one of the hottest players during the month of June.
He is just centering the ball. Just a line drive, a bullet to left center field. We'll see another shot of him taking the ball deep to right center field. He is just really squaring up on anything. He's in one of those streaks where he's really seeing every pitch delivered to him.
Andrew McCutchen hoping to continue to get it done. The Red Sox have been getting it done in the month of June. You talk about hot. They have been the hottest team in the American League.
Yeah, absolutely. 14-5 in the month of June. Adrian Gonzalez, you talk about the perfect piece to perfecting the puzzle for the Boston Red Sox. He is absolutely on fire. That's going to be the big matchup for Paul Mulholland.
The matchup on the mound, John Lester for the Boston Red Sox, a left-hander and a very good one. And for Paul Mulholland, he'll take on a very, very tough Boston Red Sox lineup. It's the Bucks and the BOS Sox coming up from PNC Park.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucks.
They hope to be raising that after the game tonight as the Red Sox come in for Game 1 of this 3-game interleague series with the Pirates. And welcome to the show, Chase Darno, making his major league debut tonight, starting at third base.
Yeah, what an exciting night for this young man. Been dreaming about this for a long time.
Chase down in AAA, 62 games with Indianapolis, hit .280, 11 doubles, 5 triples. And one of the impressive numbers, 17 stolen bases. It's not like he's a speed burner. He just picks his spots well. and does a good job on the bases. A .358 average this season against left-handers, too. That's good news. And we're just set to get underway as Mahalam delivers the first pitch of the game to Jacoby Ellsbury. And it's ball one.
Here we go. The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming. They're here.
Is it one if by land or two if by sea?
I think they had a charter.
One ball, one strike now to Jacoby Ellsbury. Expecting full houses, 3 straight games here at PNC Park. Ellsbury, talking about stolen bases just a moment ago, he leads the Boston club with 24 steals already this year.
Speed at the top of the batting order. Ellsbury 24, Pedroia has 13.
And the Pirates are all in. Clint Hurdle said that right from the get-go when he got the job. And they have been all in. Start the night at 537 and 37. Red Sox are an American League best, 44 and 30. They start the night in first place, a half a game ahead of the Yankees.
And you don't really want to give them anything for free, including a free pass.
They just gave him a free pass. So
they can hurt you enough without getting any gifts.
Well, one problem Mahalam's had early in the season, or this part of the season, Steve, is getting out of the first inning unscathed. So here's the lineup he'll face, sent out by New Brighton native Terry Francona. Pedroia going to hit now, then Adrian Gonzalez, who's been one of the hottest players in the AL. Euclid, McDonald, Cameron, Veritek, Marco Scudero, the shortstop, and then John Lester.
And keep in mind, you don't see Ortiz or Crawford. That could be a plus for Paul Mahalam, but he's got to get the ball in the strike zone first. Now, talking to Ray Searage, I said, I don't think you could get a better choice of a guy who's going to go out there in this kind of atmosphere, as Paul is showing his numbers there, because he's been around a while. He's had 17 interleague starts. There's always a lot of energy around that. So, the occasion is really kind of crackling, if you will. People still streaming across the bridge. But Paul Mahalam should be settled enough to be able to handle this atmosphere.
Well, Ellsbury off of first base. Pirates middle infield playing for 2, and the pitch to Pedroia is high and outside. And Paul's having a problem finding the strike zone early in the game.
So what we're hoping for is a settled down veteran, Paul Mahalam, and right now kind of looks a little excited.
2-0 pitch to Pedroia. Now he's fallen all the way behind 3-0.
The strike zone presented by Range Resources. Close on a couple, but not close on the other one, and he is digging himself a hole.
It's a strike there, 3-1.
Todd Titchener, the home plate umpire, getting that right arm up. This will look better in the strike zone. Still not in that good hitting zone, but probably taking all the way. Gets back in the count.
Go to first, and Ellsbury gets back. You can't give those free passes, but you especially can't give them to this team. They lead the majors in batting average, in runs scored, and hits. 724 hits coming into the game tonight. 261 of those extra base hits. But if you give free passes, those extra base hits are going to produce runs quicker. To right field. Matt Diaz on the run makes the catch.
Well, that is a huge out for the Pirates, and especially Paul Mahalam, falling behind 3-0 after walking the first man, coming back and getting an out. That is very, very large, and you might want to come back to that, hopefully, if the Pirates win this ball game, that he didn't let it get out of hand right away. Take a look at Hyundai inside the pitch. He's done good work against left-handers. That's a slugging percentage, not a batting average. Good to beat a king, with apologies to Mel Brooks. 32 career wins in this ballpark. That's more than anybody else.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Red hot
acquisition for the Red Sox in the offseason. 2 of them. Crawford, who's on the disabled list, as you mentioned, he's got a hamstring issue suffered in Milwaukee. Or against Milwaukee. Milwaukee played at Fenway Park last week. So Gonzalez coming over from the Padres. Big, big numbers 1-0 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. When you look at Gonzalez and the way that he's hit the ball over the years, and at Petco Park to that alley in left center field, he's got a lot of opposite field gap power. But you take Fenway Park now, put him in there for 81 games. He's got a ton of wall doubles.
It's like playing handball. Now, on the other side of the coin, he has bounced into 16 double plays. That's got to be among the leaders in the American League, I would think.
A Day Automotive key matchup of the day. Career versus Paul Maholm, just 1 for 9.
Yeah, but take a look at the interleague stuff. As we said, Paul making his 18th career interleague start, 4 and 9. And ahead in the count here to the hot bat.
1 out and 1 on for Boston, top of the first. And Gonzalez ropes one to right field. It's in front of Diaz. And heading to third base, Ellsbury. A base hit for Gonzalez, and the Red Sox with runners at first and third.
And you can hear in the background there are a bunch of people here from New England. The rope, it tried to hang up. I think Matt thought it might hang up long enough for him to catch it, and then got kind of caught in between hops. And Ellsbury comfortably into third base.
Diaz kept the ball in front. Now here's Kevin Youkilis. If you haven't seen him hit before, he's got a very unusual stance.
Like a pretzel, like he's going to unwind and curl himself up in a ball.
I think he's probably fouled up a lot of kids all around New England trying to emulate him.
Very closed stance. And then uncoils from the very top all the way down to his shoe tops.
That works for him, though.
Tippy toes, very close, wound up.
Youkilis with a 6-game hitting streak, 11 home runs, 21 doubles. He has driven in 53 runs this year, far behind what Adrian Gonzalez has at 69 runs.
Paul looking for a ground ball to get a double play opportunity.
31% of the time he'll get the runner around. Less than 2 outs, man at third. 2-1, well, it'll wait. Throw goes to first base, and Gonzalez back.
How about Mr. d'Arnaud at third base getting a chance to start his first 5-4-3 double play? That'd work. Get rid of some of the butterflies, perhaps.
He's been playing some third base in Indianapolis over the last week or so. Kind of tipped him off that something was up because they moved him over there from short. Pitch high to Youkilis. 3-1 the count to the Boston third baseman.
Well, you got a left-hander that's kind of struggling to get his feet on the ground. As you take a look at the defensive stats for Chase, he's been all over the place. Mostly it's short.
Youkilis, a bounding ball toward d'Arnaud. He'll have one play, and that's to first. Boston gets a run out of it. Youkilis drives in Jacoby Ellsbury, and it's 1-0 Red Sox.
And Chase d'Arnaud does a good job on a play that's not automatic. This ball just chopped down short. The only opportunity is an out at first base. Chase comes in, kind of sidearm throw over to first base, and they get the only out available. Good work.
d'Arnaud played third base for 2 years at Pepperdine, where he went to college, and feels very comfortable over there. Perhaps even more comfortable at third than he does at shortstop, although having d'Arnaud here gives the Pirates another option at short, along with Brandon Wood, who's been playing a lot of third. That's one thing that Josh Harrison did not do. He was a third baseman, second baseman. But because Harrison was sent down, Steve, it doesn't mean that's the last we'll see of Josh. It could be some other moves coming up in the near future.
It is so convoluted when you think of the possibilities of personnel moves in the next 10 days, say. I get confused, so we'll see how it plays out. And whoever's out there, we hope they play very, very good.
Darnell McDonald is swinging a miss. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes.
Strike zone presented by Range Resources shows you that nice breaking ball downstairs.
Darnell McDonald, the cousin of Pirates pitcher James McDonald. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I wouldn't be seeing much of him if Carl Crawford was healthy.
Well, probably wouldn't be seeing any of him if Carl Crawford was healthy. One of the things that Terry Francona has talked about doing, and we might see it tomorrow with a right-handed pitcher scheduled to throw in Jeff Karstens, you might see Gonzalez out in right field and David Ortiz at first base. J.D. Drew then would be the left fielder.
Possibility, yep. Although, you know, talking to some of the Red Sox people, Timmy Wakefield pitching a fly ball pitcher, a lot of action in the outfield, so that could be a possibility. If you don't see him out there, and you might, but if you don't, it might be because Timmy's on the mound and there's a lot of action out in the outer pastures.
Gonzalez, the runner at second base. 3-2 pitch. And McDonald, line shot right at Ronnie Cedeno. Red Sox get a run on a hit. They leave a man. And after a half inning, it's Boston 1 and the Pirates coming to bat. Bottom of the first. Pirates coming to the plate for the first time. Boston with a 1-0 lead. The Toyota lineup. Jose Tabata, then Chase Darno will have his first major league at bat in a few moments. McCutchen, Walker, Diaz, then Overbay. Ronnie Cedeno, followed by the catcher Michael McHenry hitting 8th, and Paul Maholm batting 9th against left-hander John Lester of the Red Sox.
9-3, 370 ERA. Where do you start with John Lester? He is simply one of the best. His winning percentage is just phenomenal. This is like his 5th major league season. He is 70-28. So these numbers very, very good. He got beat last time out against Milwaukee, giving up 3 home runs. He's given up 14, so a little vulnerable in that particular area, but he's still one of the best.
Tabata takes strike 1. Chase Darno waiting his turn. Much different than where he's been. 0-1 and the pitch. Now it's 0-2.
95 strikeouts in 97 innings for John Lester. 27-year-old left-hander out of Tacoma, Washington, 6'4", 240. Second round pick in 2002 for the Red Sox, and he has been very good in interleague play. 15 starts, 8-3.
0-2's high and away. You talk about how this guy has done on the road. He's been an absolute road warrior for Boston since August of 2010. He is 12-1 on the road. And that is over 16 starts away from home. So in 16 starts, he's had 13 decisions and only 1 negative one. Up in the air, out to short right field. Dustin Pedroia is called off by Mike Camlin. And that retires Tabata 1 down.
You know, Tim, when it comes down to cases, there are just some people that love going on the road.
Second, third baseman,
Yeah,
number 12.
it's a different deal. Now Chase Darno.
Special night. Special night. Congratulations, young man. You made it to the bigs. It's official. You're a big leaguer.
I asked him how he found out today. He said Dean Traynor, the AAA manager, called him in the office and was giving him a lot of grief about his times down to first base. He said, well, you ran a 4.06 down to first on a ground ball to short. Then you ran a 4.2. You slowed up.
The setup, the AAA manager setup.
And then he said, well, on that fly ball you hit to right field, you only ran a 4.7 to first base. So he said, so I'm going to sit you down. And Chase said, you are? He said, yeah, I'm going to sit you down because you're going to Pittsburgh. 1-0 pitch. And Darno up in the air to left center. Jacoby Ellsbury underneath it. 2 away.
Yeah, if you're going to run like that, and I don't want you on my ball club. Get out of here. Go to Pittsburgh.
Go to the major leagues.
Yeah.
First phone call he made was to his dad. His dad is in attendance tonight. Darno is on the other side of his first major league at bat.
You know, a neat thing tonight, Tim. I looked at the clock, 6:57. What's that? 8 or 9 minutes before game time. Andrew McCutchen down signing a few autographs after stretching his legs and doing some running down along the left field line. Pretty neat stuff. Pretty good stuff to see from any major leaguer.
Caught the inside corner for strike one. Thatcher's gone 6 out of 9 on this homestand. Last 13 games at PNC Park, 21 out of 41.
He's what they call seeing the ball very well.
Taps it foul. He's behind in the count. 0-2. Boston coming off a series at Fenway Park where they lost 2 of 3 to the San Diego Padres. They have won 14 of their last 18, however.
John Lester ranked among the leaders, win percentage, strikeouts per 9 innings. I mean, he's just all over the charts.
David Ortiz, Big Poppy. He is the big pinch hitter tonight if he gets in the game.
Life is good when you're, what, 44 and 30 as a ball club?
1-2 inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Terry Francona on the record saying that without a DH for the American League teams, it's unfair because they build their rosters around the DH. And there's 2 schools of thought. And when the National League teams go to the American League Park, it's not that fair either. 3-2 because you don't have that DH that you've built your roster around, and they do.
You know, life's not fair. It's just as simple as that.
I've heard Jim Leland say it. I've heard Terry Francona say it now, that they say whatever rules you decide, let's all play by the same set.
I would love to see the elimination of the designated hitter.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And McCutchen down on strikes. So Lester gets the Pirates in order in the first. And we'll head to the second at PNC Park, a 1-0 Boston lead. All-Star Game in Phoenix. Help send your favorite Pirates to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at pirates.com/vote. Visit pirates.com and cast your ballot now for your 2011 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often. Vote now at pirates.com/vote. Mike Cameron leads off for Boston. Takes a pitch high, ball one. That's Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. Jacoby Ellsbury, the leadoff walk, came around to score. And the pitch. And Cameron skies one to left center.
Major league fly ball.
And Tabata will take that for the out. Well, when you're done voting for your favorite Pirates to be All-Stars this year at pirates.com, vote on our Root Sports text poll question. Tonight we want to know how many Pirates you think should represent the National League in the Midsummer Classic. Text 1 for 1, 2 for 2 Pirates, 3 for 3, or 4 for 4 or more. Text your vote to 412-412. You can vote as often as you'd like, but remember, standard text rates may apply. I'll give you the results as we go along here in the game tonight. How many Pirates do you think should represent the team in the All-Star Game this year? Got some candidates this year, Steve.
Yeah, we do. I think one's a lock. I think Joel Hanrahan's a lock.
A lot of good closers, though.
Yeah, but 20 out of 20.
If you go back to last year, it's 22 out of 22. And Jason Varitek shoots one down the right field line. Diaz up with it. Varitek heading for 2. Here comes the throw, and he is out.
And he knows it. Ill-advised. He's got the whole play in front of him. He is not a speedster. He's a catcher. Catchers don't run fast. So the Pirates get a break on a bad decision by a guy who had to make his decision all by himself. Nice job there taking that outside pitch and just pushing it that way. Clean down into the corner. Matt gets over there. And a nice strong throw. And, Varitek might have been thinking, all right, it's going to take a real good above average throw to get me. And it did, and it got him.
Diaz, solid arm from right field. Getting the outfield assist. Cedeno the tag out. Marco Scutaro the hitter.
There it is. Good form. Good throw. Good tag as Ronnie brings it down from that high bounce. And Jason knew what the decision was going to be, what the verdict was.
Scutaro bouncer to Cedeno. And took just 7 pitches for Paul Maholm to get through the Red Sox in the top of the second. Sox going to the bottom of the second inning. Take a look at the Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. We look at the RBI leaders in the National League since last year's All-Star break. Neil Walker right there in the top 4. He's just one behind Ryan Howard of Philadelphia, and striking distance of Prince Fielder and Troy Tulowitzki.
Pretty good company.
Barrel Automotive at barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Walker batting right-handed.
And looking to really pick it up right-handed. He was up there around the 280s, close to 290 not all that long ago. Now 190 from this side of the plate. Work to be done.
2-0 to Walker. Well, he's had 200 at bats left-handed and 77 right-handed. 280 against righties, and the average under the Mendoza line against lefties. Trying to change that now. Fouls this one back. 2-1 the count.
See the difference there. Working against a very tough left-hander, one of the best. John Lester last year 19-9, 3.25 ERA, 3.25 ERA. Just one short of that magic 20 game win, 21 win season.
Menacing clouds still hanging around. There was a little bit of rain during batting practice today, but
then there was some sunshine out in the outfield in the first inning, so it's been moving around.
Parrott's ready. Probably faking the handshakes of the Red Sox fans.
Yep. Not a fair weather bird.
Pedroia throws out Walker. And the Pirates' first 4 have been set down in order. Well, John Lester had a dark day on September 1st, 2006. That was the day he was diagnosed with a form of lymphoma. Went in to see what was the cause of some back pain, and he had enlarged lymph nodes, and it was determined that he had a treatable kind of cancer at that point in time. Went through 4 cycles of chemotherapy. His season had ended. He had made his major league debut earlier that year. Season ended earlier, and by December he was declared cancer free.
That's one. Yeah. You just love to hear those stories, because you hear so many on the other side of the coin, and you know, fortunate young man. I'm sure he has a deep appreciation for that.
One-0 pitch to Diaz. Did he go? Yes. Jerry Davis ringing him up.
Yeah, and he's the crew chief, so nobody's going to argue with him. So Todd Titchener behind the plate, Jerry Davis at first, and Greg Gibson at second, Sam Holbrook at third base. Take a look at the AGH cam. Ring him up.
To Scudero. And just beat him by a step. 2 gone for the Pirates in the second. Now a guy coming to the plate right now who'd been scuffling and had sat the last 3 games against the Baltimore Orioles, Lyle Overbay. But Overbay has had good numbers against Boston. In fact, Overbay has hit more home runs against Boston than any other team he's played against. Has a career average of .304 against the Red Sox. He's hit 12 home runs over the course of his career against Boston. The average not where he wants it to be at .226. 2 outs, bottom of the second, nobody on. 1-1. After this series, the Pirates will hit the road, continue interleague play. Just one more interleague series. That's against the Toronto Blue Jays. And then finished with interleague play for 2011.
And they go to Washington. Washington has a new interim manager, John McLaren. As Jim Riggleman said, no contract. I'm out of here.
Yeah, quite a surprise when you hear the story. You know, we don't know the details. We're not there every day, but just still a surprise to see. 2-2 to Overbay.
As my understanding, Riggleman had another year in his contract. wanted to negotiate an extension or whatever, and they said, no, well, we're not ready to do that right away, and he wanted it right away, and so they said, we're not going to make a knee-jerk decision. So he said, I'm out of here.
Full count to Overbay.
I'm sure you get a lot of details when you get to the nation's capital.
We'll have more details than we can handle when we get there.
And more than
of course,
you
we're there
probably
for
need.
a little bonus baseball. We've got a doubleheader there on the 2nd of July.
Yep.
3-2 pitch. And Overbay on the ground to Pedroia. And John Lester has set down the first 6 Pirates. We are through 2 full at PNC Park. Red Sox a 1-0 lead.
I am here with Leslie Wagner Roberts, and I just heard a story about the statue we've all passed several times right out front. Tell me about the statue of your granddad.
Well, I'm honored that there is a statue and that it is out in front of PNC Park. The base of the statue is the largest single piece of granite that was ever mined from Vermont. And Frank Vittor made a wonderful bronze copy of my granddad. And on the base of the statue, rather than to have any of the statistics, he chose to have children. He loved children. He was so much involved in baseball and really wanted children not to look up to him, but to look up to the honesty of the game and to have a wonderful time playing the game.
Well, now Wagner was member of the original Hall of Fame class. It's the 75th anniversary, and you actually made the first pitch. I heard you got some advice from Bob Friend before you went out there.
Well, I sure did. He was a wonderful pitcher, and in fact, his daughter works with me, and she was tickled to death that he was going to be here tonight. And it was an honor for me to have Bob Friend, a wonderful man. And he gave me some great pitching information. I'll never be like him, and that Pirate Parrot was something else. He was wanting me to throw some different pitches, but I refused to do it. But at least it got to the pitch from the pitcher's mound, sort of, to the pitcher's catch. So.
Well, last you were talking about your grandfather's card, definitely one of the most famous ever created, and it was just recently sold. But you actually can kind of give some insight on why it was such a rare card.
Some people thought that he did not like the picture, although it wasn't a good picture, and a lot of people feel that he did not get paid for it. He did. However, he loved children so much, and I've been making it my mission to let everyone know that it wasn't because of the picture or the money. He just did not want children to have to buy tobacco in order to get the card. And so it was pulled. And in existence today, there are only about 6, 3 of which we know, the other 3 we don't. And no, I don't have a cart. I wish I did.
Well, and Tim and Steve, that statue out there, the little girl, that's Leslie. Back to you.
Very interesting.
Right. That's great.
Thanks, Lacey.
What a heritage Pittsburgh Pirates have, and Honus Wagner and his family, his statue, and yeah, that's the story I heard. He didn't want the kids to be involved in tobacco, and that's where the cards were. And by the way, if you find one, let me give you my phone number.
Yeah.
We'll split the difference. They are extremely valuable. Honus Wagner,
His
part of
granddaughter,
the first class of the Hall of Fame.
Leslie Wagner Roberts, joining Lacey. To left field, and Jacoby Ellsbury is out. John Lester lined out to Tavita prior to that.
Well, the Red Sox and Pirates played before in a World Series. The Boston Americans at the time, where they played at the Huntington Baseball Grounds, and the Pirates at Exposition Park.
Best of 9.
Yeah. Yeah. And Honus Wagner hit .222 in that series with 3 doubles. Now, notice Boston had 16 triples in that series. The reason was that the Huntington Baseball Grounds, they had to change the rules so they get more people in there. So the fans line the outfield.
So the ground rule triple?
Ground rule triple if the ball went into the fans. If it rolled in the gap and kept on rolling. Kind of like if a golf ball goes in the gallery, you know,
yeah.
Except they don't give you a ground rule hole in one.
That's right. Tough series for Honus, .222. Not a tough career.
1 ball and 1 strike to Dustin Pedroia.
There was a book that was written about Honus Wagner, a very thick book, and it was put on tape, and I spent my whole trip to spring training one year driving a car down there. It took me the entire trip to get through all the tape. It was just fascinating. I could have driven to Argentina and kept on listening to it.
2-2 to Pedroia. And see that spray painted home plate? That's not far from the ballpark here. It's right outside of the Root Sports offices, as a matter of fact. That is the home plate area where it was at Exposition Park. 2-2. That's inside.
There was a story going around about Forbes Field where home plate was when they built the new library at Pitt. They've got it in the hallway in that library now. Originally, accurately, it was right in the middle of the ladies' room, one of the restrooms. So they did move it out where people check out home plate from Forbes Field.
The guys from the group Sabre made sure that home plate was painted out there, remembering Exposition Park.
And they know their stuff, too. So trust them, they know it was there.
Payoff pitch to Pedroia. This one is driven to left center for a base hit. Dustin Pedroia with a 2-out single.
Well, you just as soon have Adrian Gonzalez leading off, but if you can get him here, it's nice to be able to go to the 4th inning on the other side of him. So we'll see how Paul Mulholland makes out with that whole equation.
3rd hit for Boston, and the first for Pedroia. He is 1 for 2. He's extended his team-long hitting streak now to 9 straight games. They are packed in, standing room only on the Rotunda tonight, and that means a sellout. When you see that many people up in the Rotunda.
So you're talking about 38,000 plus, perhaps 39. Perhaps 39 plus. So we're kind of thinking along those lines for all 3 of these games. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. North side is buzzing. Town's buzzing about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's to left field and a base hit. Pedroia will stop at second base. And Adrian Gonzalez is 2 for 2.
And they're not booing Gonzalez. That's the Red Sox fans talking about Euclid.
Well, Adrian Gonzalez is about as good as anyone in baseball at hitting to the opposite field.
And hitting it a long way to the opposite field.
He can do that too. That's why, we talked about it his first time up. The way that he plays. You just look at a spray chart of his from the last couple of years in San Diego.
If you were to overlay it on a diagram of Fenway Park, I mean, his average would have gone up, maybe 30, 40 points. Maybe more, who knows? But certainly he would have had a lot more hits, a lot more home runs.
Tough to defense against. You got to pretty much just play him honestly and hope for the best. Play him straight away.
Ball and no strikes to Youkilis.
Pretty honest alignment right there. You see the center fielder McCutcheon lined up with home plate, pitcher's mound out to center field. That's about as straight away as you can get. Let's see. Can we keep? Well, we'll come back to that shot. Take another look at that shot we had. Overview of the ballpark defensively.
If you ask really nicely.
Perhaps another time. Trust me, it's pretty much a straight line.
1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch on the way from Mahalam inside to Youkilis. Youkilis hit a ground ball to Chase Darno in the first inning. That produced a run. Jacoby Ellsbury, the leadoff walk, eventually came around. Gonzalez moved him over from first to third on his base hit. Two ball, 1 strike pitch. That one just missed. Well, Kevin Youkilis,
there we go. Here we are, Tim.
Oh, you got it now?
Well, almost. Well, yeah, straight away, that way.
I think they're lined up straighter than your lines are drawn.
Yeah, trust me. Again, shouldn't have come back to that. Shouldn't have pressed it, huh? Straight away.
And Youkilis walks, and the bases are now full of Bostonians. Rain starting to come down.
Well, it will be brief. Everything's kind of passing through quickly, so just a little light drizzle.
Darnell McDonald waiting to hit. He lined out to Ronnie Cedeno at shortstop his first time at the plate.
I hope it's not an impending storm, because that's what the Boston Red Sox are trying to do after 2 quick outs. Storm clouds with the bases loaded now.
Lester and Ellsbury each going out to left field, and then that's when Pedroia got a single, Gonzalez a base hit, and Youkilis followed with a walk. Ronnie Cedeno comes to the mound and has a word with Paul Mahalam, and Clint Hurdle is coming out. Now this is something we haven't seen from Clint Hurdle yet, making an early visit before pitching coach Ray Searage would do it.
I was looking at that pitch where it was. I mean, I've got to get that call, and it's a tough situation if they don't get it from Todd Tichenor.
So again, this is something that we've not seen out of Clint. Again, nobody up in the bullpen. He's coming out to discuss things with the veteran Mahalam and the rest of the infield.
Yeah, this is probably a one-way conversation. I don't think Clint is looking for any responses.
And umpire Todd Tichenor looks determined to break up the party here.
And you know what? He might have gone out there too to deliver a little message to Tichenor about that last call. I'm almost thinking that was part of that trip to the mound.
That didn't look like a friendly exchange there.
I didn't like that call. This guy's got the bases loaded against a good ball club. And strike 1 instead of ball 1 makes a huge difference. Sometimes a manager will go out there just because eventually the umpire has to come out, and that's when he can deliver his message.
Fouled off, and the count 1-1 now to McDonald.
Instead of just, you're not allowed to argue balls and strikes, but if the umpire comes out, you can tell him what you think. He's the one that made the visit out to the mound.
Saw the base runners. Youkilis at first, Gonzalez at second, Pedroia at third, and the pitch to McDonald. Ground ball to Darno. He'll just step on the bag.
We'll go Paul.
And the Red Sox leave him loaded. Paul Mahalam strands 3. 1-0 Pirates. Pirates still looking for their first, and Ronnie Cedeno will lead off. Game 1-3 against the Red Sox. Interleague play continuing this month, and Cedeno trying to bunt his way on. Good looking bunt. Lester throws. Cedeno safe. Base hit for Cedeno, and the Pirates with a tying run aboard.
Nicely done by Ronnie. As Veritek really takes a while to get out of the chute, so Lester has to come a long way. By the time he gets in there, it's too late. Nice way for the Pirates to get their first base runner. Now if you can get Michael McHenry to get on, you get Paul Maholm a good chance to move them over, get yourself in a good position. Very important zero put up by Paul Maholm with the bases loaded in the top of the third.
McHenry, a lot of familiarity with his Boston pitching staff, having just come over from the Red Sox. He'd been with them in spring training this year after coming over from the Colorado organization before that. But McHenry was actually brought up for the final exhibition games, not activated, as the Red Sox played in Houston against the Astros. Spent the year in AAA until being moved over here to Pittsburgh. But again, the familiarity. He caught Lester, he caught Beckett, he caught all those guys in spring training.
Yeah.
And knows them pretty well.
Yeah, and you combine that with Dusty Brown, he should have some insider stuff.
And Dusty had been with the Red Sox organization for 10 years before coming to the Pirates system this year.
No, he knows the pitchers. He knows all the secrets.
He knows where the keys to the batter's box are kept.
Yep.
Where they hide the boxes of curveballs. Ooh, late time call.
Gets to those left-handed bat. There was a key to the batter's box.
Where they store the left-handed bats as opposed to the right-handed bats.
Yep.
All the secrets, he's got them. He used to play those tricks on the new guys, on the bat boys and things like that.
Oh yeah, send them after left-handed bats. Key to the batter's box.
0-2 to Michael McHenry. Cedeno the runner at first, nobody out. John Lester, Jason Veritek behind the plate. And McHenry loops one to right field. And here comes Cameron. He's not going to get it. That's going to go a ways. Cedeno around second. McHenry will stop at second base. Cedeno stopping at third. And the Pirates with runners at second and third and nobody out. Mike Cameron couldn't make a play and the ball went past him.
Yeah, he made the commitment trying to make the catch. Didn't make the catch. Didn't get the baseball. Had to go down, turn around, back around and chase it. Just kind of a little flare. And every once in a while, that's what you'll see. An outfielder overrunning the baseball, and then the chase is on.
That'll be a double for McHenry. He was thinking triple, too, the way that he came around second base and had to slam the brakes on.
Yeah, and had to because he was chasing Ronnie. Ronnie had to wait before he got underway.
Now the pitcher, Paul Maholm, trying to help his own cause here. Hot shot foul and out of play over the third base dugout. 0-1 to Paul. He does have 3 hits on the season. 3 out of 27 for a 111 average.
All of a sudden, the Pirates bats get busy here in the bottom of the third after 6 up and 6 down first 2 innings.
Well, Cedeno the bunt base hit. And McHenry the double that got past Cameron. Third baseman Euclid in on the grass at third base for Maholm.
Well, this is kind of the scenario that we wanted to go to the top of the lineup with anyway. If you could get those 2 guys on, Paul, bunt them over. But now we haven't had to give up an out yet, so it could really even be better than we had hoped. No double play scenario. This is kind of a free ride, free ticket.
2-1 to Paul. The first time this season, Steve, that Paul's been at the plate with a runner at third base and nobody out.
Did they actually keep track of that?
Keep track of everything. And he's 1 pitch away from being put on base.
Look down at Nick Leva.
Terry Francona grew up about 30 miles from Pittsburgh. 3-1 pitch. And that is a strike.
And a lot of people thinking, well, perhaps these Red Sox coming in here thinking, oh, this should be fun, not a whole lot involved. But there is a lot of stuff involved because there's no wiggle room for the Red Sox. They're only a half a game in front of the Yankees, so they're not here with a casual attitude.
Ball 4. The bases are full of buccos. Nobody out. If you've got a question for us, now is the time to ask it. Grab your cell phone and text the keyword booth followed by your name and question to 412-412, and we may answer it on the air later in the game. Message and data rates may apply. So get a question? Text it to us now at 412-412. Later on, we will answer it here.
You know, here's what we've been waiting for and wanting more of, Tim. The offense has been sputtering. You've got speed, and every once in a while you see a little burst of power. But you know what we've missed? The bases clearing double. That's one of the great plays in baseball, the bases clearing double. It's exciting. The fans will go crazy here, and we've got the script partially written.
1-0 Boston, bases loaded, nobody out for Jose Tabata. Pirates will turn the order back over to the top. Strike one.
Well, folks, yeah, you figure to get at least one. Let's see what we can make out of this mix.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Lester. And Tabata down to third. It's a fair ball. Cedeno scores. McHenry will hold at third. And the Pirates have tied the game at 1. On a base hit by Jose Tabata.
Literally a base hit. Check this out. Euclid's ready to make the play on the backhand side, but it gets a piece of third base, goes straight up in the air, and the Pirates just keep rotating. Bang off the front edge of third base. We're in business.
Red Sox fans with looks of concern early in the game.
All started with that bunt base hit.
And now Chase Darno coming up in a pressure situation. Chance to get the lead as he is looking for his first major league hit. 0 for 1. He flied out to center field in his first major league at bat of the first inning.
He's got a chance here for a lot of major league firsts.
It's time to make a memory, Chase. Toward the middle. Scudero will step on second, throws on to first, and Pirates trade 2 for 1 and take the lead as McHenry scores. Buccos ahead 2-1.
Takes a little air out of the bottom of the third inning, but the Pirates not only on the board but take the lead. They're still in business, but Lester gets a big double play as they have Darno positioned perfectly, and Scudero can just take it 6-3 in a very comfortable double play.
No RBI for Chase. But a productive at bat in spite of the double play. And that leaves Mahalam alone at third base. 2 outs for Andrew McCutchen. And they got him. So McCutchen hit by the inside pitch. And now 2 men on for Neil Walker. Looked like it hit the Pirate logo on his sleeve. John Lester, last year an all-star. Well, I guess you have to have some place to keep your stuffed animals. Those are the good luck charms tonight.
Yeah.
Sitting in the Clemente wall looking back toward home plate.
Like those good luck charms at the bingo games where they got all the stuff lined up.
Neil Walker takes strike one. Walker grounded out to Dustin Pedroia at second base in the second inning.
We mentioned that John Lester has made 15 starts before tonight and has been touched up for 14 home runs. It's not the best ratio you want to have.
Strike two to Neil. 344 in this situation. Those numbers have been good. It takes into account batting both right-handed and left-handed. The majority of the times he's been up left-handed in this situation. So nothing in two the count. Lester set. And the pitch. Ball one. Lester was an all-star last year. The first Boston left-hander to be selected to the all-star game since Bruce Hurst in 1987. One-two coming. It's 2-2. Glenn Hurl remembers John Lester very well. He got the win in Game 4 of the 2007 World Series against Hurdle's Rockies in Colorado. So Lester, despite being still fairly young at 27, has pitched in some very big games. 3-2. McCutchen will be on the move. Paul Maholm, the runner at third.
Yep, that'll get you another run if Neil finds a gap. That early start. John Lester, I've not really seen him do all that much pitching. Saw him in the World Series and some postseason stuff, but he doesn't look like he's got the kind of rhythm he wants right now. A little bit out of sorts, maybe the body language. He's not in the groove he wants to be in, and the groove that he has been in a good bit of his career.
Payoff pitch fouled off. Our text poll question tonight, talking about the All-Star game. How many Pirates should go to the All-Star game? You can text in at 412-412. And right now, the number 3 is leading the way.
Is that implying who deserve to go right now? Is that what we're saying?
That's what we're asking it.
Okay. I've got a modest vote, but the more the merrier. The more guys you can send to the All-Star game, the better it is.
3-2. Walker down on strikes. Pirates get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2. We'll head to the 4th. Pirates on top, 2-1. Half of the 4th inning. It's sold out PNC Park. Time for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by AT&T Mobility. Red Sox catcher Jason Varitek has caught a major league record 4 no-hitters. Can you name the 4 pitchers who combined with him on those no-hitters? One of them is in the ballpark. 2 of them are in the ballpark tonight. So half of them are still with Boston. Should I give you a real solid hint on one of them?
Roger Clemens?
No.
No?
One of them's pitching tonight.
Oh, well, yeah, well, of course, John Lester. I'm trying to search around for the other ones.
Just thought I'd give you one to get you going. Like Cameron behind 0-2.
Oh, you got me good there. Out to lunch once again.
There's the 0-2 pitch, and Cameron ducks out of the way. He flied to the left in the second inning. He's 0 for 1.
Well, there's your 2, Paul. That's 2 runs.
Let's see. One of them. Well, there's a pretty good hint right there. 1-2.
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to have that. That's a couple calls. Now, Todd Titchener is going to hear more barking from the Pirate dugout, I think. Check out the strike zone. No, he's not. Great call.
You had it. You were right on it all the way, Steve.
I'm still thinking about the no-hitter.
Well, we showed you the other guy, if you can identify him. It's on the. He won't be pitching in the series. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3 call.
Yeah.
First punch out of the night for Mulholland.
Right there, and he really does know it. See the spin, kind of the backdoor breaking ball that comes from the outer part of home plate, just picks up that outside corner. He starts off the plate, picks up the outside corner.
39-year-old Jason Varitek, switch hitting catcher. Takes ball 1.
Paul Mulholland last time out fell to the Cleveland Indians. 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. Pirates a lot more support for Paul once again. They scored 1 run.
It's a foul ball. Chase Darno. Well, yeah, you can give it to him here.
Yep.
Way to go, Chase.
Got about 500 dozen more available if you need them. Baseballs.
You know, the Red Sox in their franchise history have only had 2 catchers aged 39 or older hit home runs. Varitek's 1.
Okay.
The other is Elston Howard.
Not Carlton Fisk?
No, he was gone before he was 39. He was with the White Sox.
Don't ask me any more questions. Spare me.
Two 1. That's fouled and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, back to the no-hitter question. His initials, the other guy we showed you in the dugout, his initials are Clay Buchholz.
I know you're helping me all you can, but
does that help at all?
And I appreciate it.
Varitek popped up to short center, and there is Andrew McCutcheon. He's got it. 2 men gone for Boston in the 4th. Tomorrow on Inside Pirates Baseball, see why Clint Hurdle wanted Tony Watson's father's phone number. Plus, the good reason Charlie Morton is called Ground Chuck. Catch all this and more inside Pirates Baseball tomorrow night at 6 on Root Sports. Marco Scutaro, shortstop, takes ball 1. One of them is pitching for the Atlanta Braves right now.
Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe.
There you go.
Lowe.
All right.
Okay.
So we got 3 out of the 4. Got 1 more. I'll hold on to that. I'll give you a hint in the bottom of the 4th.
Please do.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Scutaro. 2-1 now. The number 8 hitter for Boston at the plate. He grounded to Ronnie Cedeno to end the 2nd inning. Back up there again with 2 outs. This time he goes to right, and that's a base hit. Two-out single for Scutaro brings up the pitcher John Lester.
Made good contact last time up. Line drive to Jose Tabata and left.
Strike one. Two up for the Pirates. Matt Diaz, Lyle Overbay, Ronnie Cedeno. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Scudero off of first base, and Mulholland deals 0-1. That's the outside corner. 1-1. Lester, a second-round pick by Boston in 2002. One and two now as Paul gets ahead of him.
And perhaps gets a call in that outside corner.
Two outs, one on, and a 1-2 count on the Red Sox pitcher. And he loops this one to Ronnie Cedeno. No runs, a hit, one man left. We are through 3.5 at PNC Park. Paul Mulholland and the Bucks lead it 2-1.
Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks.
Last half inning, we talked to you about our trivia question. We're almost there. Jason Varitek has caught Major League Baseball record 4 no-hitters. You name the 4 pitchers. Hideo Nomo, the other one.
No.
Derek Lowe, Clay Buchholz, and John Lester. Nomo retiring in 2008. Last year, Pirates pitcher Chan Ho Park, while late in the season in Florida, got a win and a 5-1 Pirate win. Got a victory out of the bullpen and passed Nomo and became the winningest Asian-born pitcher. 1-0 pitch to Matt. Fouled off.
Well, let's get a whole bunch of runs for Paul Mulholland. There have been so many starts where they've not given him much offensive support. He's got 2. He's probably feeling pretty fortunate right now. He's doubled what they got him last time out against the Indians last Saturday.
1-2 to Diaz. All the fans intermingled here. Tell you what, a lot of Boston fans come here. They go to places like Baltimore, and they'll go to Philadelphia in interleague play because they can't get tickets to their own park.
And if they can, it's still a bargain to come here. They're probably going to save money by driving here and get the ticket here.
Now, I used to live in that neighborhood, Steve, years ago in the middle 80s. In a World Series year in '86, I was still living in that Kenmore Square area of Boston where I went to school. And you could, on any given game night, walk up, pay $3, sit in the bleachers. Didn't matter if the Yankees were in, it didn't matter who it was.
We just said the name of the pitcher. No mo. You can't do that no mo.
Cannot do that no mo.
Tickets probably starting at about $1.50.
Oh.
I mean, $100.50 in that range.
3-2 is the count to Matt Diaz. Lester deals and he fouls it off.
Well, you know, I grew up in New England and I'd never gone to Fenway Park. We lived kind of closer to New York, so when we went to Major League games, we took the train down to New York. And I always wanted to go, and the Pirates finally went up there for interleague, and I took the afternoon and just went to the ballpark, made my way in, and just went to every nook and cranny of Fenway Park. Just wanted to soak it all in. And it was fun. It was neat.
Diaz loops this one over the glove of Pedroia. That's a base hit. Diaz 1 for 2.
Most Major League second basemen would have got that. Now, that's not a reflection on height, but Dustin's not the biggest guy in the world, and this one just had enough height to just be out of reach. What is he like? Is he 5'8" or 5'10" or something like that?
Less than 5'10".
Less than 5'10". Okay.
Yeah, I got to visit with Dustin in the dugout today. Nice guy. Talked about his college days at Arizona State. I remember seeing him there. He played shortstop for the Sun Devils. We talked about a particular game I was at and saw him play. He remembered all the details. He's one of those guys. He can remember lots of stuff.
Yep.
2003 particular game in Arizona. There's Lyle Overbay taking a ball.
He's done some real big things for a guy who's not the biggest person in the world.
Well, I think it's the competitive nature. I think anybody who is going to excel at this level, regardless of your size, you got to have the big heart. And it's oftentimes what's inside that counts. And that one is down the right field line. Diaz will turn second and head for third, and Overbay with a base hit. Back-to-back singles to start the bottom of the fourth for the Buccos.
Looking good. Looking good to start off this half inning. Hoping to add on to the lead. And this ball, nothing cheap about this one. This ball was smoked into right field. You talked about Lyle Overbay's success against these Red Sox. Well, little indicator right there. Nice, comfortable trip for Matt Diaz around to third base.
Overbay 1 for 2. And Cedeno, who reached on a bunt base hit and scored the first run for the Pirates, swings and misses. Well, the pitch was a high fastball. With runners in scoring position, a .256 average. Getting down to the bottom part of the batting order, McHenry next, then the pitcher Mahalam. So important for Cedeno to make something happen here with nobody out. One and one. What did you like in particular about Fenway Park?
Yeah, this sounds funny, but I walked in there and it smelled like a baseball park. I mean, you know, maybe the old stale beer or cigars, whatever it is. And yeah, that doesn't sound real nice, but it smelled like a baseball park. And then just the intimacy of it. I went up on the green monster, went up to the last seat in center field. And I don't know, it just it looks like a throwback to old time pure baseball, perhaps. Would have loved to see Ted Williams running around there playing.
Runners off the corners, nobody out. 1-2 to Cedeno. Fouling out of play.
Plus, the neat thing too is when I went up there, I wasn't working, so I went with a bunch of sponsors, and we sat out in the left field seats and had a good old time. It is fun to be a fan. Get a cold beer and a hot dog and cheer for the Buccos up in Beantown.
Stretch by Lester, and the 1-2 coming. And it'll still be 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is just the second time ever Boston has visited Pittsburgh in interleague action. They took 2 of 3 back in early June of '03. Pirates went to Fenway June 17th, 18th, 19th in 2002. It's been a while. Little chopper, and coming to the plate is Diaz, and that one is going to be foul. Euclid let it go, and it just went foul.
I thought for a minute he was going to reach out with his bare hand, and if he bobbled it, the ball was in fair territory. Pirates might have got lucky again. High chop. Watch him thinking about grabbing it. No, hot potato.
Smart play. He knew where he was.
Yep. And he's concentrating so much about the ball, making his decision. He doesn't know how far Ronnie is down there at that point, so did the right thing. Ronnie got it started with that bunt base hit last inning. He can do some more damage right here. Well, he's making him work, that is for sure. Ronnie Cedeno's hitting, what, 225, 230 maybe right now, but he can make a pitcher work as good as anybody in this lineup in terms of extending an at bat.
Diaz off third, Overbay off first. Nobody out. Pirates a 2-1 lead. 1-2 pitch. Again, extending the at bat, making Lester work. Ronnie Cedeno has had such an outstanding year defensively. Perhaps his best in his career. Offensively, trying to pick things up a little bit.
Tough pitch to take, but he takes it and gets the call.
And oftentimes you're going to see Cedeno go after a pitch on the outside part of the plate. He had chased a lot of pitches last year. He's chased way fewer this year, but that's a pitch that normally he would go after. Good to see the discipline.
This will be pitch number 10 if I'm connecting the dots.
And the 67th of the game for Lester. And Cedeno bangs it foul again, so he's extended the at bat to 11 pitches. Paul Maholm content to get a little break here.
Nick Leyva, third base coach for the Pirates.
Well, that's a casual duck. He knew right where it was. Been there many times before. Again, the 2-2. This is a very good at bat by Cedeno. Hopefully he'll cash in with something at the end of this. Both Cedeno and Lester working hard to do damage to each other.
Yeah, the Pirates have had men on first and third with nobody out for about 20 minutes.
Red Sox outfield shallow. Nobody out. Runner at third base. And the runners off the corners. And Cedeno pops it up. Dustin Pedroia takes care of it. One down.
Breaking ball downstairs, and he gets Ronnie to put it in play on pitch number 12. Well, Lester now having the luxury of something he does not have in the American League. He is going to probably pitch to the mound opponent. He'd be looking down at a DH in normal conditions. Would the Pirates think about a squeeze play?
One out. That's
pitcher up next. Not there, but that can change pitch by pitch.
McHenry doubled last time. It would have been a single had Cameron made the play, but it skipped past him, never touched him, and he ended up safely at second. Put Cedeno at third, and both McHenry and Cedeno have scored the Pirate runs.
Most managers will use the squeeze in one-out situations. They won't do it with no outs or trying to get a rally going, certainly not in two.
And McHenry, a ground ball down to third base. Pedroia, the turn, double play.
Ouch.
The Pirates strand one. We're on to the fifth at PNC Park. 2-1 Bucks. Medicine injury update. The Red Sox placed outfielder Carl Crawford on the disabled list after straining his hamstring Sunday against the Brewers. Crawford signed as a free agent this past offseason for $142 million over 7 years. And unable to play in this series on a 15-day DL. Our injury update brought to you by our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pirates.
Strings of ham never cost so much.
Oh, not very much fun. And they start bothering. Trying to learn how to dance or something. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury, top of the order for the Red Sox. He walked and scored the lone Red Sox run in the first inning. Last inning in the third, or last time up in the third, I should say. He flied to left.
Not much wiggle room for Paul Maholm. He's got a 2-1 lead.
Ellsbury looks at a strike, and he gets ahead. Paul does. 0-2.
Maybe not the best curveball he's ever thrown in his life, because it winds up about waist high, and that's the go zone for hitters. But if the hitter's not looking for it, you get the call third. Call second strike.
Center field. 1 out. That'll bring up Pedroia to face Paul Maholm. Pedroia has hit left-handed pitching far better than right-handed pitching. 377 with a pair of home runs against lefties. And against right-handers, who he faces more than he does lefties, 235 average and 4 home runs.
A lot of baseball player, Dustin Pedroia.
One ball, no strikes to the Red Sox second baseman. Take a look at the lefty-righty numbers. Pedroia 1 for 2 tonight. 2 balls and a strike. Well, one thing that I'm sure every Boston fan in this ballpark is doing is whenever there's a break in the game, any time they have a second, they'll look over at the Clemente wall and check out the Colorado Rockies New York Yankees score, because that's what those fans do. They check 2 scores a night. They check the Boston score and they check to see how the Yankees are doing.
Yep.
Little ground ball hit to the left side. Cedeno on the run. Throws him out.
Boy, good strong arm move on the move. Ronnie Cedeno making a little bit of a tough play look very, very easy.
Take a look at the scores ourselves. Brought to you by the Meadows Racetrack and Casino. 3-2 Colorado lead. Top of the 5th over the Yankees. Tigers on top of the Diamondbacks. Orioles blanking the Reds. Go O's. Use some more Reds losses. Pirates can. Rangers ahead of the Mets. No score. Nationals and White Sox. Cubs up 1-0 over the Royals. Twins have been playing better lately. And the Blue Jays leading the Cardinals. Pirates put the shift on Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez 2 for 2. An opposite field single in the 3rd inning. Pulled one to right back in the 1st. And Maholm just says, take your base. Hits him with a pitch.
Now, if a Yankee pitcher had done that, now we're going to have issues.
Two outs and a runner aboard as Gonzalez is at first. He has reached all 3 times tonight. And Kevin Youkilis is 0 for 1 with a walk. Youkilis out of the University of Cincinnati.
He could play the lead part in a remake of Oliver Twist, but neither way he takes that stance.
I don't think there's a how-to hit pamphlet that shows that stance.
No, I don't think there is. I remember there was a young man from Connecticut that played for the Tigers, Dick McAuliffe, who had a very bizarre approach, very bizarre stance.
The false pitch counts up there due to big pitch counts in the first and third innings. Look at that, 25-7 then 27.
And well, that's the bad news. The good news, all those numbers have resulted in just one Boston run. Now Paul's digging a hole. He did that back in the third after 2 quick outs. Wound up with the bases loaded and got a big out on the ground ball to Darno at third base.
And he walked him. So now that moves Gonzalez over to second base. Tying run now in scoring position.
Yeah, you can't play with fire like this. You know, you're not forcing them to earn their way on base, and you know, eventually your luck runs out. But you know, he's at the place he wants to be. Ray Sear is going to go out and make a trip to the mound. He's got McDonald, he's got the youngster out there in this 2-out 2-on situation. So from that standpoint, he's fortunate, but you can't keep giving away base runners to this ball club. Has too much thump,
especially when you've got 2 outs to start with. Got Ellsbury to fly out, and then Pedroia grounded out, so 2 outs, and then he hit Adrian Gonzalez. So 2 free passes. Have runners at first and second for McDonald, who is 0 for 2. McDonald was up with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the third inning. Hit a ground ball down to Chase Darno at third base, who promptly stepped on third, retiring Gonzalez, who was at second heading for third.
Well, this is the batter he got in that difficult third inning situation with the bases loaded, and now he's got to do it again.
So Michael McHenry letting the defense know what he expects. Strike 1 to McDonald. Darnell McDonald was with the Baltimore Orioles for a time. 0-1. That's deep to center, but McCutchen with a handle on it. And Maholm gets out of the inning.
Another big out.
Pirates with a 2-1 lead. It's on Root Sports this summer. We want to show our appreciation by giving you and the guests the opportunity to participate in an exclusive batting cage practice at PNC Park, followed by lunch in the clubhouse as Maholm fouls off the first pitch. What you need to do
To get this is text the keyword All-Star to 412-412 for your chance to win. Message and data rates may apply. Guy came dressed for action tonight.
I guess he's technically right, isn't he? They're out of their league.
They are.
They're out of the American League.
In the National League.
Yeah. Clever play on words.
Good stuff. Well, they are the top team in the American League right now, also known as the junior circuit.
The Yankees are getting beat tonight in the 5th inning at Yankee Stadium. The Rockies up 4-2, 5th.
Lester ready to give the 1-2 to Mahalam.
Going to give him the old 1-2?
Well, maybe not.
The old 1-2 hesitate.
Yeah, it's 1-2 pause instead of 1-2 pitch. Think about this, Steve. Away from home, the Red Sox have the best record in the major leagues, 22-14. It's good, but consider they started 0-7 on the road this year.
Well, they were all in a dither in New England.
They were. The team started 0-6 overall.
Tim Wakefield with Terry Francona, and that'll take care of the old 1-2 punch.
Celebrate the 4th of July at PNC Park when the Pirates take on the Astros in a 1:35 matinee. All fans receive a Chuck Tanner floppy cap presented by Trip Total Media. The reversible cap features a number 7 star patch honoring Chuck. For your tickets, visit pirates.com. We got to see those caps today.
Yeah.
And it's on both sides.
Reversible, yep.
Yep, the stars on both sides. Very nice.
Timmy Wakefield with Terry Francona. I think it is. 44-year-old Tim Wakefield with 197 career wins in the big leagues.
Jose Tabata shot to center field. Ellsbury makes the catch.
Tim's going to be starting against the Pirates tomorrow, and I'm going to be sitting down with Tim over on the radio side. Greats of the game. Sit down and have a little interview. I'm going to look forward to that. We might make that a 2-parter.
Drafted by the Pirates in 1988 in the 8th round. 2 years, 14-12. Former position player turned knuckleball pitcher, and he's done everything. He's started, he's relieved, he's been a closer.
Including raising tons of money up in the New England area for charity. By the way, when he started with the Pirates, he made a great debut, 8-1 with a phenomenal ERA. Tim Wakefield's been a good pitcher and a very good person, and has done good work up in the Boston area. Native of Melbourne, Florida.
1-0 pitch to d'Arnaud is fouled off.
In fact, I ran into Clint Hurdle down at a Tim Wakefield charity golf tournament several years ago, going down, flying down, and spending time with Tim. Tim Wakefield throws a knuckleball, probably 50, 60 some miles an hour. He can hit a golf ball out of sight. Maybe just has saved his strength. Very, very good golfer. Timmy can crush the ball.
And we will see that knuckleball tomorrow night against Jeff Karstens. And the knuckleball that we've seen twice this year out of New York Mets starter R.A. Dickey against the Pirates is a hard knuckleball. He throws that knuckleball but throws it hard. Wakefield doesn't. Wakefield throws a soft knuckleball that'll float up there. Jeff Karstens also possesses a speed limit barrier type pitch, a 66-mile-an-hour curveball. d'Arnaud down to the left field corner, and that's his first major league hit. d'Arnaud is going to head for third, and Chase d'Arnaud is in with a 2-out triple. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Chase d'Arnaud. Had 5 triples down at AAA Indianapolis, and that's the way to get major league hit number 1. Down in the corner, McDonald went down, got it, had a little trouble getting a handle on the ball. Chase, approaching second base, saw all of that, knows that he had a good chase for 3. He's in the perfect position to watch what's happening down the left field corner. There it is, and luckily the ball stays with a big bounce. And now watch McDonald. Yep, had trouble chasing it down. Here we go. Oh, is that fun?
That's got to feel great. And that ball being authenticated as we speak. Strike 1 to
Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen a chance to drive in a run.
Well, Chase got a great bounce too. That ball almost bounced and went into the stands, but just hit the top of that padded wall, stayed in play, and the race was on. Good stuff.
McCutchen with 37 RBIs. One ball, one strike. Kutch was hit by a pitch last time up. Back in the first inning, he struck out. He has had 8 hits in his last 14 at bats against left-handed pitching. Darno off third base. Here's the 1-1. Inside 2-1. Pirates haven't done all that poorly against left-handers. Got a winning record against left-handed pitching. 12-7, including a 7-5 record here at home.
Got the lead tonight. It's not a big lead, but it's a lead. Better than not having it.
Foul down the third base side. Andrew has reached base. We see the authenticator who's just down there in the camera well.
Is there one in every dugout?
You know, lately our cameras have seemed to catch him, whether it's home or road. You catch the guy down there all the time, and these things are authenticated within seconds.
Now, how did you know he was the authenticator?
I saw him before.
Okay.
I've seen him before here. 2-2. I was going to say about McCutchen, he's been on base safely in each of his last 15 games played here at home. And definitely during the month of June, Kutch has turned it up a notch. We had the game the other day with Baltimore. Jake Arrieta, the pitcher, got his first hit, broke his back.
Authenticator
I think he had just come around first base before the authenticator got his hands on the bat. And McCutchen down on strikes, stranding Chase Darno, who gets his first major league hit, as Darno takes John Lester deep to the left field corner. He got 3 bases out of it. Bucks in front. Five innings. Looks like both guys have had to grind it out a little bit.
Yeah, they're not really dominating, but they've done good pitching, and that's the mark of a good pitcher when they're not on their AAA game, their very best game. They can make pitches when they need to. They can get outs when they need to. So they've kept it very much intact, both pitchers keeping their respective teams in the baseball game.
1-0 to Mike Cameron. 1-1. Cameron's had great success against Mahalam. Coming into the game, 13 out of 30 against Paul, a 433 average.
Paul has knocked that number down a little bit with the 0 for 2 so far.
Watches that one sail by for a strike.
Yeah, that's a floater at 70 miles an hour.
There are only two other players to have a better number against Mahalam in terms of batting average: Bill Hall and Albert Pujols. And that's strike 3. Second time in a row Mahalam has been able to strike out Cameron.
Payback for all those numbers you're talking about.
It's the Coors Light 6th inning. Time to check out tonight's freeze cam. Jason Varitek hit one inside of first, and as Varitek thought about 2, he realized, uh-oh, Matt Diaz made a good throw. Watch the tag. That was the Coors Light freeze cam, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Matt right on the money, a little high hop, but Ronnie was able to bring the tag down. Direction good. Got there in time. Had a long way to go too. He was playing him over in right center field, and Overbay was playing well off the line. Certainly not playing Varitek to hit the ball in that direction, but he did. And they got the job done at second base. Here's the volley floater again. Slop drop. Saw a lot of that in that World Series stuff against Boo Powell. We had a little reunion. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. What fun that was. And thanks to the Pirates for putting on a great party for us.
Great show Wednesday night, seen here on Root Sports.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Rob King and I had a chance to sit down and go over that ball game. Rob does a great job with all those specials. He really does.
Jerry Davis says Varitek did not go around. Count goes to 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. Nobody on for Boston. And 1 out. And Mahalam's pitch. Hit in the air to center field. That'll bounce in front of McCutcheon. Really solidly struck single by Varitek. He's 2 for 3. Earlier we asked you to text in a question, and Tyler wants to know, Steve, what was going through your mind when you faced the last batter in Game 7 of the 1971 World Series?
Well, I didn't dare think we're almost there. You know, you're so locked in at that point. I'm not so sure what was going on in the mind, but we can discuss that all after this pitching change. It looks like Clint Hurdle is coming out to get Paul Mahalam. He will depart and receive a nice hand from the folks here at PNC Park.
So Paul Mahalam goes 5 1/3 and leaves the game with a lead. Tying run is at first base with 1 out. A new Pirate pitcher coming in. We'll tell you all about him when we return right after this. base. Top of the sixth, one out. Jason Varitek is at first base, and the new Pirate pitcher is Chris Riesaw. Paul Maholm goes 5 1/3. Kind of a grinded out kind of game, but he got some key outs when he needed to, including striking out Mike Cameron twice.
Yeah, he's been working hard, certainly not dominating, but once again the Pirates not giving him much offensive support, but so far so good. The Pirates still lead it. And interesting question coming in, what was going through my mind when I faced the last batter. Well, it was tough enough going out there for the ninth, but after you get the first 2 outs in a ninth inning situation like that, I was so locked in. I'm not sure what was going through my mind. I just knew that Merv Retmond was up there, and if we get one more out, it's going to all go crazy. And it was just a wonderful feeling to be in that position, but I couldn't appreciate it back then. So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm about 2 pitches ahead of myself, I think, remembering back that far, of what I was going to try to do with Merv Retmond. First of which was stay away from any power, because he could hit the ball over the wall. One swing of the bat ties the ball game up. So wanting to stay away, and the slider was my pitch, right-hand batter, so he wasn't going to see much inside. So I was locked in, ready to go, and that close to winning it.
You were pretty confident Bob Robertson was going to catch you and hold on, right?
Well, yeah, that's after the out. I didn't care who caught me. I would have jumped on Jackie Hernandez, and that would not have been pretty. I inadvertently picked the right guy, or luckily, whatever the word is, picked the right guy.
Of course, it was great to relive it last night, Game 7, or what was last night? The day off. See, we forget things on the day off.
Wednesday
night.
On
Wednesday night on Root Sports.
And I haven't had a chance to see the whole thing. I've seen the last couple innings, because Wednesday night I was at the Clemente Museum for a Willie Stargell Foundation fundraiser to raise money for kidney research, and what a great turnout. Margaret Stargell was there, Vera Clemente, a host of dignitaries and guests and former players. Franco Harris was there. Just a great, wonderful turnout to support something that not only was important to Willie Stargell, but eventually took his life, kidney disease, and raised a lot of money. And thanks to Dwayne Reeder for his hospitality at the Roberto Clemente Museum in the Strip District. Great night, wonderful night.
Chris Riesaw, not the way he wanted to start, falling behind 3-0 to Scutaro. And delivers a strike, trying to come back now. And Varitek, the runner at first, 1 out. Pirates a 1-run lead here in the 6th. And Marco Scutaro is 1 for 2, singled back in the 4th inning. And in the 2nd, in his first at bat, grounded out to Ronnie Cedeno. Pirate middle infielders playing for 2. 3-1 pitch from Riesaw. Strike 2.
Yeah, and you look at why managers make pitching changes, and we can only speculate up here because there might be so much more involved than we're possibly aware of. But in this situation, perhaps getting Riesaw in there so it wouldn't be after a guy got at second base, so one base hit could tie the ball game. Maybe give him a little wiggle room here. A base hit still can't hurt you while he gets his feet on the ground out on the mound.
There goes Varitek. Pitch swung on and pulled foul.
In other words, if you leave Paul in, knowing if another guy's going to get on base, it's going to put a runner in second base. Why not give Riesaw some room? He gets to work with a man on first instead of working with 2 men on.
Paul Maholm finished for the night. Still responsible for Varitek at first base, so the book not closed on him yet. Varitek's getting a workout, running from first to second on the 3-2 pitch.
A base hit here doesn't destroy anything, but if he waits and brings Riesaw in with men on first and second, of course, it's a different scenario.
Riesaw facing Scutaro here in the 6th inning.
Can anybody say that word without thinking of Phil Rizzuto, the Scooter, the original Scooter?
He's the Scooter. Right at Cedeno, and this will be an easy double play. How do you like that?
I like it.
The twin killing ends the top half of the 6th for Boston. Pirates up 2-1. On 6 hits, and Chris Reesop, thanks to a double play, got out of that inning for Paul Maholm. New for the second half of the season, the Bucks announced the Get-Go Summer Value Pack. Get 4 outfield box tickets and a $20 Get-Go gas card, all for only $80. The Get-Go Summer Value Pack is available for every Pirates home game starting July 4th. For tickets, visit pirates.com/summervalue.
Yeah, and if you do the math on that, that is some kind of good deal. It is some kind of good deal.
Now that's a seat right there, huh?
That's a good deal. I was up there Tuesday night. We had a party in the 71 World Series suite, and we had a great party. And again, thanks to the Buccos for hosting that. Well, actually, the Baltimore Orioles hosted it.
They allowed you to host it. Neil Walker fouls this pitch off as we start the bottom half of the 6th inning with Steve Blash and Lacey Collins. I'm Tim Neverett. Glad you're watching Bucco baseball tonight.
Yep, Paul Maholm can win it, can't lose it.
Walker, Diaz, and Overbay facing Boston left-hander John Lester. And there's a hot shot. That's a fair ball. And Walker's aboard on a base hit.
He had it in the glove and it just trickled away. Kevin Youkilis diving out there, getting some leather around this ball, as you can see right there. Didn't get a lot of leather around it though, but
looked like it got him right in the face.
I did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he took a little shot there. We get the base runner.
Leadoff man aboard for the Pirates. 3 times in the last 4 innings that's been the case. Diaz, who seems to hit left-handers pretty well, takes a strike. Matt is 1 for 2, single in the 4th. Having fun at the ballpark tonight. Maybe the first game, huh?
That is a great look at this ballpark. Oh, well, there's no bad looks at the ballpark. Great angles for seeing the baseball field, the river, the city. And great weekend. This is good stuff. Great to see this ballpark filled up. It just looks fabulous.
Be the 5th sellout of the season tonight.
Yeah, and the setting around it. I mean, it's just really great.
Nothing in 2 to Matt. No balls and 2 strikes to Diaz, with Walker the runner at first base. Down to third. Oh, Youkilis couldn't make the play.
And what good base running by Neil Walker, seeing that play, seeing the ball slowed down and dying in short left field. Got the extra base. Good stuff. The Pirates getting good fortune here in the bottom of the 6th inning as they set up shop once again. What you got to think is keep hitting the ball to Kevin Youkilis, I guess.
Boy, that was a tailor-made around the horn double play ball. What a break the Pirates caught there. Now they got to make the Red Sox pay. An error on Kevin Youkilis. So runners at the corners and nobody out. And Lyle Overbay at the plate. Red Sox waiting for the phone to ring out there in the bullpen. Overbay had a base hit his last at bat in the 4th. Takes ball 1. The next pitch for John Lester will be his 94th.
He's thrown as many as 127, so that wouldn't be the issue.
Overbay, base hit. In comes Walker, and it's 3-1 Buccos. Lyle Overbay, 2 for 3. That's his 27th run batted in. And the Pirates still with 2 on and nobody out.
just out of the reach of Gonzalez, but he hit it sharply enough where the reaction, quick as it was, wasn't quick enough. And the Pirates remain in good shape, and you can bet that phone's ringing now as Lyle turns it over, gets it past Adrian Gonzalez, and the Bucks add on, and they're still in business. Just love to break this thing open. Right-handed activity. Matt Albers.
Cedeno gets the bunt down, and the forced play at third. Ryan did not put a good bunt down at all. Left it right in front of home plate for Varitek, and the lead runner erased. Ronnie's been struggling with the bunt lately, except for the bunt base hit he had in the third inning.
Just chopped out in front of home plate, just barely out in front. Wow, wow. Did it stay on the chalk? As
well, it's in the top of the batter's box, which in that area is fair. In that upper corner near the plate, that's still fair. But you got to get that on the grass.
Yep.
And McHenry, swing and a miss. Now Cedeno found himself watching the final game against Baltimore here 2 games ago, because the night before he tried to bunt with the bases loaded and left his manager Clint Hurdle scratching his head. And Clint would not use the word benched. He just
he said we're going to talk. We're going to have talk.
Let him get him refocused, is what he said. But again, in a sacrifice situation like that, you've got to put the ball in the grass somewhere, not right back at the pitcher either.
John Lester, like John Mahalam, talking about the 2 starters trying to keep it together. This ball game is not out of hand by any stretch of the imagination, even though the Pirates have had a lot of action. After he retired the first 6 in a row, the Pirates have had base runners all over the place.
McHenry got a piece of it. I see a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for the Pirates, Brandon Wood. McHenry gets on, Wood would hit. Now that would be the equivalent of the monster seats at Fenway Park, up above the green monster. Probably the same height, maybe higher actually. McHenry off the foot foul. McHenry with a double in the third inning, then hit into an around the horn inning ending double play in the fourth. They are just wrapped around the rotunda tonight.
Yep, and that's the indication that there's a whole bunch of people here. And that's when that neighborhood gets busy.
1 out, 2 on for the Pirates. Overbay at second base and Cedeno at first. 0-2 pitch coming to Michael McHenry. John Lester now has reached the 100 pitch mark. For the 18th no-hitter in Red Sox club history, the 5th by a left-hander. The last lefty to throw a no-hitter for the Red Sox was Mel Parnell back in 1956. 2 seasons ago in May against Kansas City, Lester turned the trick. 1-2 now to McHenry.
Strike zone. That's one of those borderline pitches. You can get the call sometimes you don't. So you talk about no hitters. Clay Buchholz on the DL. Carl Crawford. So Terry Francona missing a couple of his weapons.
2-2 to McHenry. And missing another key weapon. We talked about it early in the telecast. David Ortiz, designated hitter. And that's one thing that Terry Francona has been talking about interleague play. Now they have 9 straight games on the road in interleague play. He does not want Ortiz to sit for 9 games. This is a guy they pay a lot of money to hit, and they build around him in the batting order. And so that's what irks the skipper, is that Big Papi can't hit. You know what he does sometimes in the winter? or in the late fall?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, no, he lives in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
And he's been known to show up at Lambeau Field and help the residents shovel the snow out of the stadium.
Yeah, that's a tradition out there, for sure. Yeah.
Ortiz, when the Red Sox were in New York recently, did a little TV deal where he went around the streets of New York wearing his Red Sox garb. And
isn't that dangerous?
Tried to recruit some Yankee fans to be Red Sox fans.
Yeah, well, that's a great idea.
Yeah. 2-2. Now the count full.
He's worked him. He's certainly made him work. Michael behind quickly, 0-2, and now it's 3-2. Get into double digits once again during a Pirate at bat.
John Lester getting set to deliver the 10th pitch of the at bat to Michael McHenry. And he struck him out.
Went soft on the changeup. Gets a huge second out. Payoff pitch, 81 miles an hour. The off-speed pitch gets the strikeout.
So now Lester will face a pinch hitter, Brandon Wood. These two have come across each other before in the American League when Wood was with the Angels. Wood has faced him twice before, and Lester struck him out once. Pulls this one into the camera well just beyond the Pirate dugout. It's usually where Lacey camps out. I don't see her down there, though. Nothing in one to Brandon Wood. Wood figures to see some time at third base. While Josh Harrison sent back to Indianapolis. Chase Darno is here. There's a ground ball to third. And Youkilis will throw him out, but the Pirates do pick up a run on 2 hits. They'll leave a pair. And at the end of 6, the Pirates lead the Red Sox 3-1. Great pictures from the AGH cam telling part of the story tonight. Go to the top half of the 7th inning. With Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Lacey Collins with us as well tonight. Tony Watson takes over for Chris Resop and inherits a 2-run lead here. The lead that belongs to Paul Maholm.
Sparkling
bullpen.
numbers. Sparkling numbers. Yep, it's turned over for 10 outs. Well, 9 now that Rysop got the double play.
Pinch hitter for Boston is Josh Reddick, hitting for the pitcher John Lester. So Lester is finished for the night. One and one to Josh Reddick. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes now to the Red Sox pinch hitter. 2 for 13 career as a pinch hitter.
So if I have it right, Tim, Lester goes 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, 8 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts.
You got it.
Or something like that. He's on the hook. Both pitchers, the pitcher of record as it stands now, but there's a lot of baseball to be played. Just 2/3 of the way home.
Xavier Paul, the new right fielder, not a double switch, just in for defense. He's batting 5th in the order. And Reddick, a base hit. Reddick was just called back over the weekend from AAA Pawtucket. It's his 2nd stint with the big club this year. So leadoff single there. And now back to the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury. Daniel McCutcheon starting to loosen for the Pirates in the bullpen.
Well, if he can just keep holding on to this lead, you're going to see a lot of mixing and matching from Clint Hurdle and the guys out in the pen.
Becomes more of a chess match.
Oh, it does. It goes back and forth.
And Ellsbury showed bunt, but took ball 1.
They do that in the American League? They move runners over?
Occasionally, I guess.
Occasionally.
You know, the American League is just grip it and rip it baseball.
A lot of times.
Play for the 3-run home run. But Ellsbury, a guy with skills with the bat, he can bunt. Reddick off of first base. Watson's pitch. Misses for ball 2. Ellsbury 0 for 2. He has scored the lone Boston run. Seen his average dip just 2 points since the start of the game. Started at 310, now hitting 308. And he goes to left field and right at Jose Tabata. 1 out in the top of the 7th.
Important first out here in the top of the 7th inning. Little wiggle room. They've added a room. There's, by the way, that's Rick Zeflinski. He is a high-quality young man, wears a Pirate uniform a lot. He works the Lexus Club area, and just want to say hello to Rick's parents, Ken and Diane Zeflinski. Mr. and Mrs. Zeflinski, you should be very proud of your son. He's a high-grade fellow. We've gotten to know him. He's a good friend. Rick does a great job for the Bucks.
And I think Rick's got more Pirate uniforms than the '79 team had.
I think so. I know. Well, he was wearing an old '71 uniform during the reunion when Baltimore was here, so that was good to see.
He had another Steve Blass jersey on a few days during the last couple of homestands. Yeah. I wonder where he got that.
Yeah, gee whiz.
1-0 to Dustin Pedroia. Takes high 2-0.
Up in the attic is where he got it from.
Your attic or his?
Mine. Fits him a little better than it does me these days, but that's okay. Rick's doing it down back of home plate. He's got that growth working too.
Pedroia, a long foul ball out of play down the right field way. Dustin Pedroia, drafted by Boston. They knew they were going to put him at second base, and a college shortstop, and a very good one at Arizona State.
Rookie of the year in '07, most valuable player in '08.
Tony Watson now with a 2-2 count on Pedroia. Yeah, if you're doing video game commercials,
things are going okay for you in baseball. Yeah. He's not doing them now. Mostly Joe Mauer, you see. But Pedroia had that going for him.
Boston Rookie of the Year. Way back when, Don Schwall, former Pirate who still makes his home in Pittsburgh, was Rookie of the Year for the Red Sox. 1961. All fouled away.
Terry Francona, we just showed you the graphic. The University of Arizona. 1977 graduate of New Brighton High School. Hit over 700 his senior year. Threw a no-hitter.
That'll get you some attention.
College Player of the Year in 1980.
And his dad is one of the classiest guys that the game of baseball has ever come across. Tito Franklin.
Terry made his major league debut with the Montreal Expos. I met Terry in Birmingham.
Who is he managing in Birmingham?
Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Yeah, I was sent there to cover that and get to talk to Terry and his pitching coach at the time, Kirk Champion. What a nice guy. Brother works for the Pirates. And McHenry couldn't hang on, so Pedroia will get another swing here.
Homecoming for Terry. Got a lot of folks here coming up from New Brighton, including Tito. Pitched against Tito my first game in the big leagues. He was a member of the Braves. 1964. That was the Milwaukee Braves.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch. That was 3-2. How'd you do in that one?
It was in relief. My 5 shutout innings got me a chance to stay around for the rest of the year, but not quite good enough to keep me around the next year. Back to the minor leagues.
5 shutout innings in relief.
Yep, first appearance. Yep.
You just don't see 5 guys going 5 innings in relief anymore. How many at-bats did you have?
It was in the first inning. I went in. I was the instant long man.
I was thinking that must have been the case.
Yeah.
How'd you do at the plate?
3-2 count here to Pedroia with a man on first base. Not too well. Not too well.
1 out and 1 on for the Red Sox in the top of the 7th. And Watson deals. High ball 4, and now the tying run is aboard.
Well, it's the 4th free pass delivered, but the Red Sox, this heavy hitting Red Sox team, just still 1 run, but boy, you're playing with fire when you put them on base.
Adrian Gonzalez came into the game tonight leading the majors in interleague play with 11 runs, 23 hits. He's now got 25 hits. At a .548 interleague average. Eddie Searage with the conversation with McHenry and Tony Watson. The Bucco fans, they wave the towels too.
Looks like a kind of a vocal vendetta. Let's go Red Sox or let's go Bucks. I'll vote for let's go Bucks.
The Red Sox fans are much more reserved than the Phillies fans were when they were here. They tried to be real loud, and Pirates fans would end up drowning them out after a while.
People at Queen of Heaven.
2 on, 1 out. Gonzalez at the plate. And Tony Watson in a big spot here for the Bucks. Strike 1. Gonzalez currently hitting .363, 15 home runs, and 69 runs batted in.
He has struck out 54 times, so he can be had in that category, but he is ever so dangerous.
Strike 2.
At 92 miles an hour. Now Tony has a little wiggle room right now to try to get him to chase something bad, get a huge second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Pirates clinging to this 3-1 lead, hanging on tight. Can he get him to chase or hit it to chase?
Foul ball up the right side, so he came after him on the 0-2 pitch. And Gonzalez pulled it foul. And Daniel McCutchen looks like he's all set in the bullpen.
You want to stay away from the strike zone right now. You've got an opportunity with an 0-2 count to get him to chase something very bad.
Again 0-2. Popped him up. Michael McHenry will take it in foul ground. 2 down.
Great work against a great hitter. And we're going to take you pitch by pitch here. This huge out. Pitch number 1, fastball right there. Fastball right there. Away. Foul ball. And now pop up. You can see there was nothing in the middle of the strike zone. Everything was on the perimeter. Stayed out of the go zone. The hitter's go zone. And Tony Watson gets a huge out. And we're going to see Daniel McCutchen coming in. As you were right, it's a chess game. Mix and match time for Clint Hurdle and the Bucks.
3-1. At the top of the order, the Red Sox. See Ellsbury with the run, but 0 for 3. Pedroia 1 for 3. Gonzalez 2 for 3. But just the 1 run produced from those 3 guys.
Yep, they've gotten some big outs because they've been on the base paths a lot, but they've been left on the base paths a lot. See if we can do it again. Leave 2 more on.
First base coach Ron Johnson talking with Dustin Pedroia at first. So Pedroia over there, Josh Reddick at second base, and now Daniel McCutchen's numbers. His job is now to get the right-handed hitting Kevin Youkilis out. Sold out house at PNC Park tonight. Expecting another one tomorrow.
And if you come tomorrow, you just might as well camp out. Stay around for Sunday.
Two on, 2 out for Boston in the 7th.
We get another big out.
And McCutchen's first pitch outside, ball 1. He's stranded 81% of the runners he has inherited. 13 of 16. Strike. Now you got to wonder too, going back to his batting stance, Steve, did he wake up one morning and say, I think it would be a good idea to do it this way? I mean, who would develop something like that unless you just discover it by accident?
I have no answer to that. Not sure.
Strike 2.
But, you know, he's a major league hitter, so somehow he gets to a point where the bat is where the hitting zone is. He gets there somehow.
It's been remarkably successful for him.
Yeah.
278 average currently, 11 home runs. He's driven in 54. That's a big number.
So he gets it uncoiled in time. Now there is a hat. We haven't seen that at the ballpark, have we? That topper.
No, that's a new one. One ball, two strike pitch from Daniel McCutchen to Kevin Youkilis. And he got him. Strike three. McCutchen comes in and puts out the Red Sox fire. It is stretch time at PNC Park. Daniel McCutchen
gets away with that high delivery, and the Pirates hold on to the lead. 6 more to go.
3-1 Pirates after 6.5. Time to take you out to the ball game.
Goes 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 8 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Matt Albert's coming on, and you look at the other side of the scorecard, Tim, and it's been work, and the Pirates working their way out of jams. 9 runners left on for the Boston Red Sox through the first 7 innings. So when they've needed to get outs, the Pirates have gotten them, and they've already gone deep into the bullpen using 4 guys out of the pen, and there's more to come.
Jose Tabata will lead off. He's 1 for 3. Tries to run his way aboard. That'll be a ball. Matt Albers, 28 years of age. He's out of Sugar Land, Texas. Born in Houston. 6 feet, 225 pounds. In his first season in the Red Sox organization. Albers had been with Baltimore recently, and over the last 3 seasons had appeared in the major leagues with the Orioles, and prior to that with the Houston Astros. Made his big league debut in 2006.
Left-handed activity in the Boston bullpen.
Here comes the 1-1. Check swing foul. And Boston's got a left-hander going, a sidewinder. Tommy Hotovy. 1-2 coming to Jose. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's Hotovy. Red Sox did make a move today as far as the pitching staff was concerned. They recalled right-handed pitcher Scott Atchison. They sent Michael Bolton back to AAA. Two to right field, and that one will be foul. Three runs on 8 hits for the Pirates, 1 run on 7 hits for Boston. This is game 1 of a 3-game weekend interleague set. Takes high for a ball, 3-2.
Close as Albers doesn't get a call. Pitch close.
Pirates just finished taking 2 of 3 from the Baltimore Orioles here. Chase Darno making his major league debut tonight. And Jose Tabata with a full count. And Jose delivers with a single.
Cost him a bat, but we got the leadoff man on first base.
Chase Darno in the 5th inning got his first major league hit, and it was a loud one. Right down the left field side. Darno got a good hop off the wall and pulled in with a triple. First major league hit, and give him the ball, give it to the authenticator, get that stamp on there, make sure it's the real deal. Tom wants to know, how does one become a Major League Baseball authenticator?
We go to authenticator school. It's just on the other side of Wilkes-Barre.
Is it? And Lehigh Valley?
Yep, out in that neighborhood for sure.
Somewhere in between Lehigh Valley and Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
It's the big part of the field, Steve, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know. Be on your toes. It's not an easy school.
Well, the last Pirate whose first career hit was a triple, Chance Sanford, on the 30th of April, 1998. Went 1 for 4 that night with a triple. So after Chance, it was Chase.
Well, if this young man with that name can follow his namesake over in Philadelphia, he'll be pretty good. Chase Utley. Infielder who does some good things.
Albers' pitch, and Darno, good bunt, gets it on the grass. And Pedroia might have missed the bag, or he came close to missing the bag.
Boy, he did. I thought he was
for it.
straddling it there for a moment.
Sacrifice goes 1-4. Put out goes to Pedroia. And the runner, Tabata, moves into scoring position. He just got it with his toe on the way back. Steal a hockey term, that'd be a toe drag.
Or a wide receiver.
Andrew McCutchen looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2, but hit by a pitch. And he takes outside for a ball.
There's never a bad time to add on. This would be a good time and then some.
McCutchen a good average with runners in scoring position, 313. Tabata, good wheels at second base. And a 1-0 pitch coming. Nope. Albers will step back and watch Tabata back to the bag. Pirates 17 and 19 at home, trying to get better in that category. Pitch outside. Look around what's happening in the Central right now. It is fun. I understand it's late June, but it is still fun to check the scores each night.
Great to be involved, isn't it?
Yeah, Pirates just 3 games out, 2 in the loss column to start action tonight. McCutchen bangs the 2-0 to deep right. Going back, Cameron. And right in front of the wall, he'll make the catch, and Tabata will tag and head for third.
Almost got enough. Almost got enough.
The Pirates with a runner on third and 2 out. Andrews thinking he might have had a shot at a home run here.
Carried nicely, but not quite enough, and that'll be all for Mr. Albers.
So Albers is out, and they will bring in the left-hander to turn Neil Walker around, make him bat right-handed. Tommy Hotovy is the new Red Sox pitcher. Pirates up 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Battle the Red Sox at 1:35, and it's Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive Bucko bands, courtesy of StarKist. Come early for the #1 Cochran Kids Fun Zone on Federal Street, and stay after the game when all youngsters are invited to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. Tickets are going fast. Get yours at Pirates.com today. And judging from the attendance tonight and what we expect tomorrow night, you better get your tickets for Sunday if you don't have them already. I'd start looking into it ASAP.
Yes, indeed.
How about this? 39,330 tonight. Third largest crowd in the history of PNC Park. Our text question for you, our text poll question: how many Pirates should go to the All-Star game? 1, 2, 3, or 4 or more. 4-1-2, 4-1-2. And Hotovy delivers inside to the right-handed hitting Neil Walker.
You can still vote, can't you?
Yeah, you can still vote. You can vote as many times as you want.
That's it.
You're thinking about 3. You're thinking Hanrahan, Walker, McCutcheon.
Vote early, vote often.
1-0. And Neil rips it foul. Almost took Jose's head off down there. We'll watch the percentages change as the texts come in.
Nick Leva making sure he's got a hard hat on down at third base coaching box.
Two out, Talbot the runner at third. And Hotovy, the lefty, delivers 1-1 outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Neil. Looking for an RBI here. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a good pitch here. 3-1.
He can look for something. Look for something in the zone. Don't even bother with anything borderline.
Hotovy's 3-1. And that is strike 2. Just a lot of movement when you see a pitcher deliver from that angle. Even if when he is throwing a fastball, the ball moves some.
Yeah. It's easier to throw a pitch with little movement straight overhand. That's the purest way with the best chance to get a little move. You drop down any degree, the ball's going to run around a little bit more.
Payoff pitch to Walker. Fouls it straight back. Up over the netting. It's a good chapeau.
Yep, stylish here to get into the summer months. It's officially summer now. Happened on the 21st.
He wants a new set of signs from Jason Varitek. 3-2. Tabata the runner at third. Pirates leading 3-1. That's what it's like if you're sitting behind that couple. And Walker pops it up to left. Darnell McDonald underneath it. And the Pirates strand a runner. Let's go to the 8th in Pittsburgh. 3-1 Bucks. Coors Light cold hard blast, and we go back 1975 World Series. Carlton Fisk down the line, hit the pole in game 6. The Red Sox defeat the Cincinnati Reds and force a decisive game 7 in that World Series. The Big Red Machine would end up going on to win, but Carlton Fisk getting one of the more famous home runs. That's our cold hard blast, brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Yeah, I still our guys. Our man's home run late.
Oh, Bill Mazeroski.
Yes.
That was just a different deal there.
Yep,
I mean, he decided the World Series with one swing.
Yep. But take away nothing from that dramatic moment at Fenway Park. I mean, that was a singular moment.
Jose Veras. He'll face Darnell McDonald, Mike Cameron, Jason Varitek in the 8th. His job is to get him out and get to Joel Hanrahan in the 9th.
So far, the mixing and matching by Clint Hurdle has been effective.
Well, Cameron's not going to hit. J.D. Drew has picked up a bat. He is in the on-deck circle. So McDonald out there, 0 for 3. And Veras deals. Ball one high. 1-0 to McDonald. McDonald lined out, hit into a fielder's choice, and has fly to center. And he loops this one to short center field. Here comes McCutchen. He'll play it on a hop. Leadoff single for Darnell McDonald. Now we'll bring up J.D. Drew. Well, good things going on in the minor leagues for the Pirates this week. Stetson Alley, last year's #2 pick overall by the Pirates, Made his professional debut. Got a no decision in a game with the State College Spikes. Luis Heredia, the 16-year-old from Mexico, made his professional debut Tuesday. Also a no decision. Starling Marte is going to play in the Major League Futures game. And Alex Presley, last 7 games, 12 out of 30. 21 games in the month of June. Good numbers.
Well, here we are back in the soup again. The 8th inning. Going to have to work hard to put up another 0.
So J.D. Drew facing Veras, and a ground ball base hit. And now the Red Sox with a tying run aboard. Back-to-back singles to start the 8th off Jose Veras.
Didn't wait long, just ground ball that finds the hole between first and second. A lot of room there, as you can see, and he finds it. The Red Sox right back in business here in the top of the 8th inning.
Ray Searage on the phone, getting the bullpen going again. For the most part, Jose Veras has been very, very effective. He's had some nights, though, where things haven't gone his way.
Timeout.
And Veras has been in these situations against Boston a number of times, having been the setup man for Mariano Rivera in New York prior to moving on to the Florida Marlins. He knows what it's like to face this team late in ball games.
And Veritek will look down at Tim Bogar, third base coach. Right now, Darno not thinking about a bunt.
Got that 9 spot coming up after Scudero, who's on deck, and David Ortiz could be that guy to come up and pinch hit.
But the Red Sox are thinking bunt.
Take 2 out of 3 in this ball game tonight. Singled in the 2nd inning, tried to stretch it to a double. Matt Diaz threw him out from right field. And he was doubled off in the 6th after Scudero lined out. Bunt goes down the third base side. Darno with 1 play. That's to first with Walker covering. Sacrifice 5-4 goes to put out. Now the Red Sox with 1 out have the tying run in scoring position. And McDonald ahead of him down to third.
Perfect bunt past the pitcher, forcing the third baseman to commit, leaving the third base open for the easy sacrifice. Everybody's moving along comfortably at that point. That's the key, to bunt it past the pitcher just in case he would have a chance to go over to third base for the force.
Scudero 1 for 3. Veras deals. Tried to get ahead with that curveball and missed.
Not by much, but missed.
He'll start a number of right-handed hitters off with that curveball to try to get this effect, that knee-bending effect.
He got him to buckle a little bit, but just apparently a little bit outside.
That's what he was trying to do the first time around. Veras basically just started the count over.
Here's the hook, but boy, he got away with one there. That is in the hitting zone. The curveball kind of stays up and in that power area.
Strike 2.
That fastball right in the outside corner, so the edge goes to Jose. And he is a strikeout pitcher. What a spot. We could have one in right there. Much better placement there.
Jose Veras, 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Marcos Scudero. A little tapper down the third base side, foul.
Chase having to go around the runner to make sure he gets that ball just in case it had a funny spin on it.
Darnell McDonald at third base. J.D. Drew at second.
And you're thinking strikeout. You're really thinking strikeout, but you got to make sure McHenry is on his toes and back of home plate because he's got the advantage. He could try to go downstairs to get him to chase something down there, but that's a little bit kind of a red zone. So you got to make sure your catcher is able to be prepared for a block.
Veras set again for the 1-2.
Yes. Another curveball that was not a great curveball, but he's looking fastball right in the middle of the strike zone. And he gets him locked up for a huge. And that he had to be looking for something else, because that's a pitcher can hit. And that strikeout brings the rain.
Veras getting set to face David Ortiz. Clint Hurdle comes out of the dugout and talking to the infielders about what to expect here. 2 men out, 2 on. Pirates with a 2-run lead.
A lot of stuff going on, and folks don't want to leave. It's raining, but they don't want to go and miss what might be coming up right now. Could be the essence of the ball game.
Ortiz, a .313 hitter, 17 home runs, 48 runs batted in.
High drama. This is fun.
Normally Ortiz is the designated hitter in regular season games in the American League, but limited to pinch hitting duty here tonight. Hitting .299 against right-handed pitcher. Hits lefties at a .346 clip, and the rain is coming down now.
The crew chief is Jerry Davis at first base. It's raining pretty good right now. Or pretty bad, depending on how you want to look at it. But again, well, everybody's watching.
1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike.
Right at the knees. Good fastball downstairs. It's like a wet t-shirt contest here. T-shirt Friday. Everybody's using those t-shirts to try to keep dry.
2 on, 2 out for Boston. David Ortiz facing Jose Veras. Shaking off the raindrops. And Veras 1-1. That's in for strike 2.
Nice hook. In under the hands. So strike 1, a good fastball at the knees. Strike 2, good breaking ball inside under the hands. And now Ortiz wants to get a towel and clean off the helmet. See what he can do to keep himself dry.
That guy doesn't care about being dry. Big pitch in the ball game right now coming from Jose Veras to David Ortiz. That will go out of play down the third base side.
Reset the drama. And all of a sudden the rain is backing off. We really weren't expecting anything serious, so conditions improving.
It's already lightened up.
All right, Jose, do your thing.
1 ball, 2 strikes. McDonald at third. Drew is at second. Stretched by Veras. And the 1-2. Little flare foul. A good one here tonight. And Veras hoping it stays good. Another foul ball. David Ortiz is just such a dangerous hitter.
Yeah, right now just kind of staying alive with some defensive, keep me in the at-bat swings. Seeing some good pitches from Jose Veras. And get another reset.
He has 300 home runs during his time with Boston. Remember, he came up with the Minnesota Twins. And the Twins let him go, gave up on him. They had a glut of talent in their system. And he was battling for a first base job at the time with a gentleman named Doug Minkiewicz.
Here we go again.
1-2 delivery. Toward the middle. Cedeno throws out Big Papi. Jose getting it done.
Wow. 2 base hits to start off the top of the 8th, and they don't score, and they leave 2 more on. Good stuff. Sinker missing downstairs. Good fastball on the bottom part of the strike zone. Breaking ball, and then some foul balls. And then the bouncer coming right off the mound, past the mound, but Ronnie Cedeno positioned beautifully. It becomes easy then, and it stopped the rain. The 3rd out in the top of the 8th. The Pirates still lead it 3-1. Good stuff for Veras. What a dramatic at bat in the rain. Veras getting the best of David Ortiz. Great job, Jose. 11 Boston runners left on base through the first 8. Now Dan Wheeler to work against Xavier Paul, the Pirates' new right fielder, who will pop it up to left field.
Well, Darnell McDonald has it. 1 pitch and 1 down in the Pirate half of the 8th. Xavier Paul didn't take too much time at the plate against Dan Wheeler. Wheeler is 33, originally from Warwick, Rhode Island, but now makes his home in Seminole, Florida.
It's the same Dan Wheeler used to pitch for the Houston Astros.
Same guy. He has been all over the place. Tampa Bay, Houston, the Mets.
Guess who out in the Pirate bullpen? Just guess who?
Almost time for the hammer. And Lyle Overbay goes down the left field side. Long run for McDonald, and this ball is a foul ball.
And McDonald pays the price for effort, but
not foul by much. Look in the AGH cam. It tells you a lot of things that you don't see with the naked eye. It's a great feature we're lucky to have.
Good night so far for Lyle. 2 for 3. Big RBI in the bottom of the 6th inning. extend the Pirate lead.
One is outside, 1-1. Minnesota leading Milwaukee, by the way. Bottom of the 7th inning. Milwaukee started the night tied with St. Louis. The Cardinals losing to Toronto in the bottom of the 6th, 4-2. And Overbay rips this one foul on the right side. Cincinnati has evened up Baltimore 4-4. They're playing the top of the 9th at Camden Yards. Cincinnati, Milwaukee, and St. Louis, the 3 teams ahead of the Bucks.
How about that Philadelphia Philly pitching staff? Is that an R or a final? 1-0.
Final.
They seem to do a lot of that, no matter who they run out there.
Philly wins a lot. Why they've got the best record in baseball. Pirates took 2 of 3 from them here, though. A great series. Again, we talked about the attendance. The largest this season, 39,441 against the Phillies on the 4th of June. Second largest is tonight, 39,330. 2-2 to Overbay. Dan Wheeler labors into the stretch and delivers strike 3 call. Overbay is now 2 out of 4. 2 down for the Pirates in the 8th. The Nissan Road ahead. Game 2 coming up tomorrow. Pregame at 6:30 right here on Root Sports. Sunday at 1. And then it is on the road north of the border. Bring your passports and settle down and watch with us as Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights. Pirates will take on the Toronto Blue Jays right here on Root Sports. So Daniel fouls the first pitch off. That's part of a 7-game road trip. Originally it was a 6-gamer, but Pirates will make up a game against the Washington Nationals with a doubleheader.
Didn't even rain that day, did it? Didn't it get rain when you got almost rained out?
It still hasn't rained on that day. One ball and 1 strike to Ronnie.
They'll go to the top of the batting order, but not too much of a resume against Mr. Hanrahan.
Pedroia hit a double off him in his only at bat, and Agon, who's 0 for 1. Two outs, nobody on for the Buccos. 2 ball, 1 strike count to Ronnie Cedeno. 1 for 3 tonight. A bunt base hit in the 3rd. Euclid even with a bag down at third base for Cedeno. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch from Dan Wheeler. He's hit in the air, foul and out of play.
Ronnie's got to be up among the National League leaders in foul balls hit, doesn't he?
I would say he is. If that was one thing they measured, and somebody must measure that somewhere because they measure everything in this game. But I would think, yeah, he's probably among the league leaders.
So many extended at bats.
He has provided a lot of souvenirs. 233 the average for Ronnie. And he goes down on strikes. Wheeler comes in, strikes out 2, gets the Pirates in order.
Showtime.
It is hammer time here at PNC Park. Top of the order, Ellsbury, Pedroia, and Gonzalez coming up for Boston. from the bullpen, trying to put the hammer down on Boston tonight. And PNC achievement. He has done a tremendous job. A perfect 20 for 20 in save opportunities. And with his save Wednesday, became the fastest Pirate ever to reach 20 saves, doing it in just 74 team games. That's our PNC achievement. Brought to you by PNC, for the achiever in you.
You know, and one of the things, Tim, that has been, I think, a big difference maker for Joel is the control. He used to be a guy that could throw hard, but kind of was all over the place every once in a while. He's gotten more consistent. And not just getting it with strikeouts. A lot of strikeouts, but that slider to complement the fastball has been just devastating. It locks him up.
Starts him off with a 97-mile-an-hour heater.
And you want to see a lot of strikes. One swing of the bat cannot beat you.
0-1 pitch. Right by him at 98.
You got to understand now that he is on a roll with confidence. I mean, you've got to understand that he is adrenalized right now.
The 0-2 pitch. Got a piece of it and fouled it off. Took something off at that time. Went down to 97.
Yeah, right. Now, the thing is, now after seeing 3 fastballs like that, you are a hitter. I don't care who you are. You're thinking, I got to get the bat started a little quicker. And if you do and he throws you the slider, that's the trap you fall into. And it's a trap you have to fall into, because you have to start earlier when he throws that hard.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Ellsbury.
No slider yet.
They'll face a lefty, then a righty, then a lefty this inning. The lefty here is Jacoby Ellsbury, the center fielder. Hanrahan's 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Just got a little bit of it.
There's the slider. You know, the slider at 86. There's a lot of guys that would like to throw a fastball that hard.
1-29 when trailing after 8 innings. And the Pirates, when leading after 8, 33-0. Those are the trends right now. To first base and over base, got it. 1 down, 2 to go. Coming up at the conclusion of this one, it's Pirates postgame. Paul Alexander and Kent Tekulve. They're getting ready up in the crow's nest in right field now. We'll have all of the highlights and breakdown of this one, game 1 of 3 against the Boston Red Sox. There they are getting ready.
Mr. Teak and Mr. Paul.
Pedroia looks at a fastball for a strike.
There are some people that feed off the energy of a crowd in this kind of situation. It looks like Joel Hanrahan is becoming that kind of pitcher.
Hanrahan got Ellsbury to ground out to Overbay for the first out. Pedroia at the plate. Adrian Gonzalez on deck.
And you want to get to him with nobody on the base pass, obviously.
To right field and right at Xavier Paul. 2 down.
This is exactly the way you want to face Adrian Gonzalez, with a 2-run lead and nobody on base. This is the script you wanted to write in the top of the night. He cannot hurt you now with the long ball. He can hurt you, but you don't feel it.
39,000 plus on their feet at PNC Park. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Pirates ahead 3-1. The pitch. Strike 1.
And they're waving a whole bunch of T-shirts right now at PNC Park on the North Shore.
One is a tapper toward Walker, and this will do it.
How do you like your Buccos tonight? How do you like your Buccos tonight?
Save number 21 for Joel Hanrahan. The Pirates back over 500, 38-37.
And setting a tone for this weekend series against the Boston Red Sox.
3-1 the final as the Pirates take game one of this three-game set. Joel Hanrahan finishing things up for Paul Maholm tonight. Stick around, Pirates post-game coming your way. The Buccos win it at PNC Park.